Yes, everybody, Russ of the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. Happy Friday, my friends. Happy long bank holiday weekend. And hopefully the Hammers can't ruin it on Sunday. Speaking of the game on Sunday, we had Graham Potter's press conference a little bit early on today. We gave you a synopsis of what was said. But now it is Hammers headlines in association with the KUMB.com boys. Check them out in the description below for latest news reviews and Opiniones over 25 years in the business. Three stories to talk about, all transfer rumours. As I said, we are now going to be starting, as of the 1st of May, our transfer rumour list, because we've got less than a month, so it's going to be relentless now, just to warn you all. And the first one is a free transfer technically, potentially. Now, could it be a case of Avon calling? See what I did there? But according to reports, primarily in The Sun, and I think it's reported on Sky Sports as well, West Ham are among a host of Premier League sides looking at the Lorient midfielder Arthur Avon. He's helped Lorient clinch the promotion from Ligue 2 to Ligue 1 with 2 games left to spare, and he's contributed with a couple of goals and a few assists in the process. But it's his exploits that have impressed Potter amongst others. West Ham, Aston Villa and Chelsea have all regularly sent scouts to watch the 20-year-old this season, and the report adds that Arthur's contract with Lorient expires this summer, and he's in no rush to sign an extension and listening to all offers before making a decision on his future. He is, as a 20 years old, he's bags of potential. He's already made 2 appearances for the Cameroonian full national side. He's a rising star and has been compared to a young Yaya Toure, which, to be perfectly honest, is the type of profile of player we need. We need some energy, dynamism, athleticism in that midfield, and on a free transfer will be a bargain, but he's going to be probably looked at by the likes of Chelsea, as there's Villa as well, and no doubt there'll be other sides looking in at him. But we've already got one in Ligue 2 already on the books. Mamadou Kante, who's starting to get a lot more minutes for Paris FC towards the end of the season. He might get 4 games left. He might get even a start. You never know. And he's a year younger than him. So, interesting. Oh, elsewhere. We are also looking closer at home, kind of. And reports in several news sources yesterday have attributed West Ham, Aston Villa and Fulham to have a vested interest in the QPR teenage sensation, Ashley Trujillo. He is 16, highly regarded within the corridors of power at Loftus Road. Performances for club and country, and at youth level have brought him into the radar of a host of Premier League sides. He impressed recently playing for Colombia at the South American Under-17 Championship, where they finished runners-up, and he scored a stunning goal in the win against Peru. Very much could be the next top talent to come off the production line at QPR, the likes of Eze, for example. He plays as centre forward, but also plays on the left wing and in attacking midfield. Interesting. Again, you can see kind of the type of profile of players we're looking at. Arthur's 20. We've got Ashley, who's 16. It very much is across the gamut. And the fact that if we're looking at him and we're looking at, obviously close to home in London, and then we're looking, scouting people in Ligue 2 as well. Interesting to see. And then to completely blow it out of the water in terms of being linked with people of a younger age, John Stones. A report yesterday said that West Ham have apparently targeted John Stones in an ambitious move. He's now entering the final year of his contract, and it remains to be seen what kind of fee will be needed to land him. Apparently, Man City are frustrated at the constant injury issues, and again, this has just got West Ham written all over, isn't he? He's been named along with the likes of Everton and Brighton as suitable suitors for John rather. I always call him Josh Stone. Yeah, are you digging on me? John Stones, while Juventus and Saudi Pro League sides are also keen. And there's no doubt the experience and quality that someone like John brings to a side. However, he's only made 11 appearances in the Premier League this season and has constantly suffered from injury setbacks. And I think that's basically been the theme of his career, sadly. And I think we need someone who is on the pitch a lot more than off the pitch, particularly alongside the likes of Kilman, the likes of Jean Claire. There's no doubt John will be on massive wages, and with an injury record, I think it's a deal impossible, to be honest. And at 30, to be honest, he's not going to be the smartest signing I think we would get long term. And should I think if it's one of those players, I think we would live to regret if we got him in, because I think there'd be injuries and stuff like that. I'd rather invest the money. If we're looking at getting an elder statesman, someone like, as I said, Adam Webster from Brighton, we've been heavily linked with. I think that, to me, makes sense. He's less injury prone. He'll come at a cheaper cost, and he'll be a good backup for West Ham. But it's it reminds me of Mr. Moyes and his constant pursuit of Harry Maguire. You know what I mean? That sort of elder statesman, that type of thing. But I just think John's just far too injury prone, to be honest. Great players on the pitch, no denying he's a really good player and can play in CDM, can play centre midfield. But at 30, the wages he'll be on, we'll be saving a lot of wages already with like Danny Ings and people like that going. So to then pile it on to one player doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's a complete non-starter. And there we go, my friends. Thank you very much for your time as per usual. Keep an eye on the channel. We'll have all the fun of the fair. It's Stat Attack this morning. Yep. Stats looking ahead to the Spurs game. We'll have match day morning. We'll have the review starting 11 shows, all that type of stuff. So plenty to keep you busy during that bank holiday weekend. So take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, and come on, you bloody irons. Much love. Bye-bye.